Hello, and welcome back to the Slow English Podcast. This is the place where we practice, listening, understanding, and improving our English, one step at a time. I am your host, David.
And I am Sara. Hello, everyone. We are so happy you are here with us today. Today, David, we have a very exciting topic. It is a topic that many of our listeners ask about.
That is right, Sara. Today, we are not just staying in the classroom. Today, we are packing our bags. We are going to the airport. We are exploring the world.
Oh, I love this topic. Travel is beautiful. But David, let's be honest. Traveling to a country where you do not speak the language, that can be terrifying. It can be very scary.
Exactly. And that brings us to the first problem we want to solve today, the problem of anxiety, the fear of the unknown. Many students tell me, David, I study English at home and I feel good.
I know that feeling. I remember the first time I traveled alone. I went to a country where I didn't know anyone. I remember standing in the middle of the airport. It was loud. People were rushing everywhere. I felt so small. I felt like I had lost my voice.
That is a powerful emotion, Sara. Losing your voice. When we travel, we leave our comfort zone. And English is your tool to get your voice back. You know, there is a famous quote by Nelson Mandela. He was a great leader. He said, if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head.
That is beautiful. So, when we learn English for travel, we are not just learning how to order a sandwich, we are learning how to connect with people's hearts.
Precisely. English is the global language. Even if you go to Japan or Germany or Brazil, if you do not speak their local language, English is the bridge. So, why is English important? Because without it, you are a tourist looking at a painting. With English, you can step inside the painting and live in it.
So, let's solve some problems. Let's imagine our listeners are at the airport. This is the first big hurdle, the immigration officer. This is the moment usually where my hands start to sweat.
Yes, the uniformed officer. They look serious. They do not smile, and they ask fast questions. The key here, listeners, is to keep it simple. You do not need complex grammar. You need facts.
Let's do a role play, David. This will help our listeners. You be the scary immigration officer. I will be the nervous traveler.
Okay, I will use my serious voice. Listeners, pay attention to the phrases Sara uses. Ready? Here we go. Next. Passport, please.
Here you go, sir.
What is the purpose of your visit?
I am here for a vacation. I want to see the city.
How long will you be staying?
I will be here for 2 weeks.
Where will you be staying?
I am staying at the Grand Central Hotel, downtown.
Do you have a return ticket?
Yes, I do. Here is the confirmation on my phone.
Okay, welcome to the country. Next.
Phew! Okay, let's break that down. I was nervous, but my answers were short.
Short and direct. No.
So, the lesson here is, preparedness reduces anxiety. Before you travel, practice these 3 answers: purpose, duration, accommodation. If you know these 3 words, you will survive the airport.
Exactly! Problem solved! Now, let's move to the next emotion, the feeling of being lost. You have left the airport. You are in the city. But your phone battery is dead. You have no GPS. You are panic-stricken.
This happened to me in Paris once. No map, no phone. I had to ask a stranger. And this is where the fear of making mistakes stops us. We think, what if my grammar is bad?
Let me give you another quote, Sarah. This one is from a famous philosopher, Ludwig Wittgenstein. If you let fear stop you from speaking, your world becomes very small. You stay on the street corner, lost. But if you speak, even with mistakes, your world expands. You find your way.
So we need to be brave. But how do we be polite? In English, being polite is very important when asking for help. It sounds rude, right?
It does sound a bit aggressive. These are magic words that make people want to help you.
That is the magic key. Let's try another role play. I am a busy person walking on the street. David, you are lost. Stop me and ask for help.
Okay, I am looking for the museum. Here comes Sarah. Excuse me? Sorry to bother you.
Yes. Can I help you?
I seem to be a bit lost. I am trying to find the National Museum. Could you point me in the right direction?
Oh, sure. It is actually quite close. Just go straight down this street and turn left at the big bank. You can't miss it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your help.
You are welcome. Enjoy the museum.
And scene. See? These phrases show humility. They show you are a nice person. People want to help nice people.
It sounds calmer. It sounds like you are in control, even if you are not.
Fake it until you make it, Sarah. Now, I want to talk about a deeper level of travel. We talked about logistics, airports, and directions, but travel is really about connection. It is about those moments sitting in a cafe, talking to someone from a different culture.
Yes, this is why we learn English, not just to survive, but to thrive, to make friends. I remember meeting a woman in Italy. She did not speak my native language. I did not speak Italian. We talked for 2 hours about our families, our dreams, and our favorite foods. It is one of my favorite memories.
Broken English is still English. Never be ashamed of broken English. It is a sign of courage. It means you are trying. There is an author, Frank Smith, who said, "One language sets you in a corridor for life."
That gives me goosebumps. When you speak English, you can sit at a table with people from Japan, France, Egypt, and Argentina, and you can all laugh at the same joke. That is the power of this language.
But Sarah, let's address a real problem our listeners have. You are in that cafe. You want to speak to someone, but your mind goes blank. You forget the words. What do we do then?
The freeze is terrible. It happens when we try to translate everything in our heads from our native language to English. We are thinking too hard. My advice? Breathe and use simple words to describe what you mean.
Describe what you mean. Can you give us an example?
Sure. Do not panic. Do not stop speaking. Instead, use other words. The waiter will understand.
That is a brilliant strategy. Talking around the word, it keeps the conversation flowing. It solves the problem without stopping the connection.
And boom! You just learned a vocabulary word in a real situation. You will never forget that word again because it has a memory attached to it.
That is how children learn. They point and describe. We need to be like children again, curious, unafraid of being wrong. You know, English is a very forgiving language. It has so many accents and dialects. There is no perfect English. There is only understood English.
I like that. David, what about the emotions of loneliness? Sometimes traveling alone with a language barrier can feel lonely. How does English help with that?
That is a deep question. Language is the cure for loneliness. Even a small interaction helps. If you learn how to give a compliment in English, you can change your whole day.
A compliment? Like, I like your shoes?
Exactly! It is a conversation starter. Let's try one last mini role play. This is the socializing scenario. You are sitting on a park bench. I am sitting next to you. You feel lonely and want to chat.
Okay, I will try to be brave. Here goes. Clear throat. Excuse me?
Yes?
I just wanted to say your dog is really cute. What is his name?
Oh, thank you. His name is Buster. He is very friendly. Are you a dog person?
Yes, I have a dog back home. I miss him. I am visiting from Spain.
Oh, Spain. That is wonderful. I have always wanted to go to Madrid. Are you enjoying your trip here?
Yes, it is beautiful, but the coffee is different here.
Ha! Yes, our coffee is very strong.
See? That was easy. And suddenly, we are talking about Spain and coffee. The loneliness is gone.
And notice, Sarah, you brought your personality into it. You mentioned you missed your dog. You shared a feeling. English allows you to share who you are.
That is a delicious-looking meal. What is it? I love the weather today, don't you? Where are you from?
Simple, effective, powerful. When you come back home after traveling and speaking English, you are different. You have changed.
Yes, you feel stronger. You faced the unknown. You solved problems. You ordered food, found your hotel, and made a friend, all in a second language. That builds massive confidence.
When you travel, the world teaches you. But you also teach the world about your culture. It is an exchange.
So, to summarize what we learned today, number 1, prepare for the logistics. Learn the airport phrases. Number 2, be polite. Number 3, don't fear mistakes. Use broken English if you have to. Just connect.
And number 4, use circumlocution. If you forget a word, describe it. Don't freeze. Keep moving forward.
David, do you have one final quote to send our listeners off with? Something to motivate them to book that ticket and practice their English?
I do. It is from the writer Mark Twain. He said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore. Dream.
Explore, dream. That is perfect. Don't let your fear of English stop you from exploring.
Hopefully, your English is better than you think, and the world is waiting to hear from you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Slow English. We hope this helps you feel more confident about your next adventure.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with a friend who loves to travel. Until next time, keep practicing and safe travels.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Wait, Sarah. Before we fully go, I think we have time for a deep dive segment. I want to give our listeners a few more specific tools. We talked about the philosophy, but let's give them some more raw vocabulary.
That is a great idea, David. We hope nothing goes wrong when we travel, but sometimes it does. And this is when emotions are highest. This is when people panic.
Right. The problem-solving aspect of the podcast. Let's imagine 3 specific problems: medical issue, lost item, money issues.
Okay, let's start with medical. This is scary. If you are sick in a foreign country, you need to be clear. You cannot be shy.
Correct. But you also need to describe symptoms.
Listeners, repeat after David. It is important to say these slowly.
That is a very versatile phrase structure. It puts the problem solving on the pharmacist. You state the problem, they find the solution.
Now, let's look at problem 2, the lost item. You left your bag on the bus, or you cannot find your wallet. The emotion here is panic, high adrenaline.
First, take a deep breath. Then, find an authority figure, a police officer or a station manager. The structure is, "Excuse me, I have lost my item." Then you must describe it. Color, size, brand.
For example, I lost my backpack. It is blue. It is Nike brand. Adjectives are your best friends here. Blue, red, big, small, old, new.
And don't forget the time. Time is crucial in these investigations. Now, problem 3, money. Your credit card doesn't work. This is embarrassing.
Oh, I hate that feeling. You feel like a criminal, but you are not. It is usually a bank safety measure. What do we say to the cashier? We don't want them to get angry.
We say, "I am sorry. I think my bank blocked the card because I am traveling."
Vital phrase. Cash is king when technology fails. David, learning these phrases is like buying insurance. You hope you never use them, but you feel safe having them in your pocket.
That is the perfect analogy, Sarah. Language is insurance. Language is insurance, your safety, your comfort, and your happiness. You know, learning English is a journey of problem solving. Every sentence you construct is a puzzle you solve. Subject, verb, object, vocabulary choice, pronunciation.
And when you solve that puzzle and the other person understands you, the dopamine hit. It feels so good. It is addictive.
It is. That is why we do this podcast. We want you to feel that success. Okay, let's do a quick review of the mindset one more time. We talked about quotes. I want to share one from Charlemagne. He was the emperor of the Romans.
Oh, a historical quote. I am ready.
Seriously?
A second soul. Wow, that sounds almost magical.
It means you have a different personality in English. Maybe your English soul is more adventurous. Maybe your English soul is braver than your native soul. When I speak French, I feel more romantic. When I speak German, I feel more logical. When you speak English, Sarah, how do you feel?
That is interesting. When I speak English, I feel modern. I feel connected to the internet, to movies, to the world news.
I love that. So listeners, when you travel, you are taking your soul of possibility with you. Do not let the fear silence your second soul. Let it speak. Let it make mistakes. Let it grow.
And remember, everyone you meet on your travels was once a beginner at something. The person checking your passport was a beginner. The waiter was a beginner. They understand the struggle. Most people are kind.
Hopefully, most people are kind. If you approach them with a smile and a polite "excuse me," 99% of the time they will help you. And if they don't, if they are rude,
Then that is their problem, not yours. You just move to the next person. Do not let one bad interaction ruin your trip or your English journey.
Resilience. That is the final keyword for today. Resilience, the ability to bounce back. You say the wrong word? Laugh. Bounce back. Try again.
Laughing at yourself is a superpower. If you say, I want to eat the table, instead of, I want a table to eat, just laugh. It's funny.
it is funny.
And shared laughter is a connection too. Okay, we really have covered a lot today. We went from the airport to the hotel, to the park bench, and even to the emergency room.
We did. I feel like I just went on a trip around the world without leaving the studio.
That is the magic of audio and the magic of English. Thank you again, listeners, for sticking with us for this long episode. We wanted to give you as much value as possible today.
We appreciate your time. Time is the most valuable thing you have. Thank you for spending it with us learning English.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.